yo, 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 yo.
Hi, Orange Seeds. Welcome back. Orange Seeds family, don't forget to send us your children's birthdays so that we can celebrate them and give them a shout out on Orange Seeds. This week, we're going to explore the story of David and Goliath, and we're going to learn that we can face and defeat the giants in our lives.
Leading us in praise and worship today is
God's story, David and Goliath. So part of God's story is about the time David fought Goliath, and it begins like this. David was the youngest of 8 brothers. His job was being a shepherd, which meant he spent all day in a field watching sheep eat and roll around the grass. Meanwhile, some of his brothers were off with the Israeli army preparing for war against the Philistines. The Philistines were one of the toughest armies the people of Israel had to fight. So one day, David was taking food to his brothers because his dad asked him to. But when he got there, his brothers accused him of coming so he could watch the fight instead of the sheep. Since David knew in his heart he was just obeying his dad, he didn't mind being misunderstood. Anyway, while David was there, he saw a huge Philistine man, more than 9 feet tall, step onto the field between the 2 armies. He was wearing a thick helmet and armor and carrying huge weapons. His name was Goliath, and he was definitely used to being the winner. David found out that Goliath had been stepping onto the field like this every morning for the past 40 days and saying, "Give me a man and let us fight each other." But nobody from Israel was brave enough to fight him, even the king. Well, David didn't like that this giant was intimidating the Israelites. After all, they were God's special family. And because God was with the Israelites, they could have courage in any situation. So David, who wasn't even a soldier, told the king, "I'll fight against him." Nah, the king thought David was too small, but he really wanted someone to fight Goliath. So he gave in. And David knew he wasn't strong enough to beat Goliath by himself, but he believed God would be with him. So he said, "The Lord will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." The king hoped David was right, and armor put on David, but they didn't fit him. David decided to go into battle in his regular clothes. That's how sure he was that God would help him. Anyway, David went to a nearby stream and chose 5 smooth stones to use with his slingshot. Then he walked onto the battlefield to meet the massive Goliath. When Goliath saw how wimpy David looked, he was furious. He thought he'd get to fight the Israelites' strongest warrior. He said to David, "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? I'll give your flesh to the birds and wild animals." David might have looked like a wimp, but he was actually really brave. In fact, he was so brave that when he was taking care of sheep, he fought off bears and lions. Because God helped him protect his sheep, David knew God would help him protect this special family. David said, "You come at me with a sword, but I come at you with the name of the Lord Almighty." He was explaining to Goliath that God was more powerful than anything. He also added that he would feed Goliath's flesh to the birds, which made the giant even more mad. Then David took a stone, put it in the slingshot, and slung it at Goliath. Goliath didn't even get a chance to swing a sword because the stone hit him right in the forehead and sunk in deep. He face-planted straight into the ground. Nobody could believe it. Then David ran over, took hold of the giant's sword, and drew it from the sheath. He took the sword and cut off Goliath's head. David carried the head all the way back to Jerusalem. And when the Philistine army realized Goliath was dead, they started running away like a bunch of scaredy cats. The Israelites chased the Philistines, shouting loudly. They had won. God used David, who was just an average kid, to rescue his people. And that's the story of David and Goliath. So, in case you missed it, here's the quick version. David was a shepherd. He brought his brothers lunch. He saw Goliath. Goliath scared everybody. David wasn't scared. He knew God was stronger. David fought Goliath. He used 1 stone. God helped him kill Goliath. The Israelites won. God's people were saved. And that's a part of God's story.
and today I'll be teaching you how to make blueberry muffins.
But how are we supposed to make blueberry muffins without ingredients?
Well, let's fix that. First, we're going to combine our dry ingredients, sugar, baking powder, flour, and salt. And then we're going to mix it until it's thoroughly blended. Now we're going to combine the wet ingredients into this bowl. With vegetable oil, milk, and my egg. Now we're going to mix this. Now we're going to combine the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients. And I have my power blender here, so I'm going to use that. Now I'm going to mix the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients. Now that we've combined the wet and dry ingredients, now we want to combine our blueberries. And mix. Now that we've combined our blueberries, wet ingredients, and dry ingredients, we will now put them in this tin and put them in the oven for 20 minutes and on 400 degrees. Now that we've put our mix into the pan, we will now put it into minutes for 400 degrees. Now we wait. Now that our muffins are done, we will now take them out of the oven. Now we will leave them to cool. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Bye, Orange Seeds!
I'm out here, South Mountain Reservation. I came for the purpose of finding, this is called Japanese knotweed. It's a highly invasive species to North America. It grows like wildfire, and I actually enjoy cooking with it. I make a sorbet out of it. You cook it up, you chop it up, you cook it with sugar, cornstarch, you strain it, freeze it, and you're good to go. the time to do it, you know. Early April is around the time when things like this start really popping up in the woods. I actually didn't come here to find this. I came to find these guys. These are called ramps. You can tell what they are because it's like, kind of looks like a scallion on the bottom with a distinct like red-purple color on the stalk, and just the smell alone will tell you what it is. There's no like toxic lookalikes or anything like that, so very easy to find. You can't over harvest it though. They're very endangered. So you pick one, you walk 10 feet. You pick one, you walk 10 feet. It takes 7 years to propagate fully. So you gotta respect the process. There's food in the forest. You just gotta look for it. You gotta know the science. That's it.
Hi, welcome to Growing Seeds, where boys and girls from all over ask questions to help their little minds grow. Hey Jay, can you let everyone know who the question is from this week?
The question this week is from a girl named Nico. Her question asks, my little sister's starting kindergarten. What are some things she needs to learn?
Ooh, shout out to your little sister starting kindergarten. We wish her the best of luck. Well, we actually have 2 kindergarten teachers who can really help your sister out. Hey, Mr. Vasquez and Miss Gross, can you let Nico's sister know some things she needs to learn?
Hi friends, so when we're adding 2 numbers together, for example 5 plus 3, we can use our count on strategy. So let's clap our chests. Let's start with 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. And that's our answer, my friends. Awesome, so friends, we've done our first strategy of clapping our chest to count on. Why don't we take it another step further and draw it out? Let's start with our number and draw out 3 circles. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, but we can do it a step further, my friends. Let's erase this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That, my friends, is
Hi guys, when we're reading books and we get stuck, here's what we can do. We can use our picture power. Point to your eyes, because we use our eyes to look at the picture. So let's read this book together. Big shark, little shark. Big shark, little shark. Big shark has big, I don't know this word. Big shark has big, let me use my picture power. Starts with the letter T. Ooh, teeth. Big shark has big teeth. You see, I use my picture power to figure out the word I do not know. Happy reading. Remember to use your picture power.
Wow, Miss Gross and Mr. Vasquez, thank you for that amazing response. And thank you for helping our little minds grow much more in Christ. Tune in next time. We can't wait to see what questions you guys are going to ask us all next.
Hey, orange seeds. Actually, hey, all seeds. Would you like to be a part of our worship experience? Let me tell you how. You can either sing or play a song with your friends, family, or even by yourself. You can also submit a how-to, which is a cool activity, or even submitting a do you know, which is an interesting fact. You can do all of these things by going to www.cotosa.org/children's. Look up at the top for the orange submit button and follow all of the directions. And that's it. We are hoping to see your submissions soon. And as always, don't forget your seed episode. But until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and most of all, stay blessed.
Your love is deep, deeper than my fear, it's wide, wider than my doubt, it's all that I will ever need. Your love is high, higher than my hopes, it's strong, stronger than my past, it's all that I will ever need. Oh, you got me singing. Oh, let your love transform. Jesus, let your love transform. Sing it to the whole world. Echoes, echoes, with the sound of your love again. Your love is deep, deeper than my fear. It's wide, wider than my doubt. It's all that I will ever need. Your love is high, higher than my hopes, it's strong, stronger than my past, it's all that I will ever need. Oh, you got me singing. Oh, let your love transform. Jesus, let your love transform. Sing it to the whole world. Echoes, echoes, with the sound of your love again. Let your love transform. Jesus, let your love transform. Sing it to the whole world. Echoes, echoes, with the sound of your love again. We dancing to the beat of your love, your love. We dancing to the beat of your love, your love. We dancing to the beat, dancing to the beat of your love. We dancing to the beat of your love, your love. We dancing to the beat of your love, your love. We dancing to the beat, dancing to the beat of your love. We dancing to the beat of your love, your love. We dancing to the beat of your love, your love. We dancing to the beat, dancing to the beat of your love. Let your love transform. Jesus, let your love transform. Sing it to the whole world. Echoes, echoes, with the sound of your love again. Let your love transform. Jesus, let your love transform. Sing it to the whole world. Echoes, echoes, with the sound of your love again.
Thank you for joining us again, Orange Seeds. And remember, you are a seed for God.
Now I want you to point at yourselves and repeat after me and say, I am a seed for God. I am a seed for God.
Again,
I am a seed for God. I am a seed for God. One more time.
I am a seed for God. I am a seed for God.
Until next time, boys and girls.
Bye!